Welcome to Grixis Inverter. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We've got Kolaghan's Command, Thought Scour, Lightning Bolt, Inverter of Truth. We will keep on this one. And then we'll pass it over to our opponent, see if they want to mulligan past 7 or not. There we go. Let's go and lead off with the Polluted Delta. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. But yes, welcome to Grixis Inverter. This is, I'm a huge fan of Sultai. I love playing Sultai. But Grixis is one of my favorite colors to play. And, let's go and crack the Polluted Delta. Let's go and get down a Steam Vent. Let's go and blast that. Let's send that Arbor Elf into the afterlife. We're going to pay 2 life on this one. Let's go and go for a Lightning Bolt on Arbor Elf. And then anything else, kick it back over to our turn. Let's go and get down the Polluted Delta. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. But yes, I went to a charity event that was it's kind of like a rare redraft where everybody donated rares to the local gaming store, and we raised money for that. And Secure Tribe Elder, okay. And I built a black-blue deck, and it's basically kind of like a self-milling, and I did draft into, and it's almost kind of like a chaos draft, if that makes sense. And so somehow I ran into Inverter of Truth, and so I built this deck that revolved around dumping cards into the graveyard. What do we need to grab on this? Do we need to grab a blue? No, we need one more blue source. I'm just going to grab a Watery Grave. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Have that come into play tapped, and then we're going to go for that Thought Scour to get some more action going into our graveyard. Anyway, long story short, it was a rare redraft and from donated rares, so it's kind of like a chaos draft. Drafted a black-blue self-milling deck, and I used Inverter of Truth to help kind of sculpt my graveyard into a final deck to help close it out. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And I was like, well, let's make this be an official thing. Anything else, and we're going to pass the turn over our opponent. But yeah, so we're using Grixis, we're using Inverter of Truth to allow us to kind of shape our graveyard. We do have Gurmag Angler, and we also have the Murderer's Cut in here. It's going to allow us to kind of start sculpting some of our graveyard. We're not looking to slam down Inverter of Truth as quickly as possible. Like right now, this is not that good of a graveyard. Inverter of Truth is more kind of in here, just in those situational scenarios to say, let's say that we get down Young Pyromancer, and we can, we're trying to generate as much value as possible, getting those tokens onto the battlefield. With Inverter of Truth, it's going to allow us to kind of sculpt that deck into something that's going to allow us to close the game out. Let's go and crack the Polluted Delta. Let's go and grab another blue-red source off of this. Grab that Steam Vents. Have it come into play tap. Not going to pay 2 life. And let's go ahead and go for Thought Scour. Now we're playing get something blue-green. We got the Misty out there, Secure Tribe Elder. I'm kind of curious to see what this is going to be. Let's go ahead and go for Watery Grave. Go for Thought Scour. It's going to be Terminate. Okay. And let's see what we draw into another Terminate. Let's go to get the Swamp down, and then anything else. Now we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, this would be one of those hands that it's a little bit clunky with Inverter. I would love to get it down at this point right now, but kind of exiling our library and putting this as our library wouldn't be that good. And so at this point right now, hopefully we can find something like Young Pyromancer. You definitely want to get something down early that's going to give you a really good clock, whether it's Young Pyromancer or Gurmag Angler. All right, so we get the Tribe Elder swinging for 1, puts us down to 13. Do we want to do anything at this point right now? Have our opponent discard a card, return target creature, which we don't have it on the graveyard. Let's see what we draw into. Draw into Thought Seize. Yeah, let's go and go for that. Let's see what our opponent's got cooking in the kitchen. Send this Thought Seize out. Okay, there we go. I was thinking, I wasn't didn't say, but I was thinking unexpected results. Okay, so we've got unexpected results with Ulamog. Let's do, actually, Eldrazi Temple. I think unexpected results. I'm going to put that into the bin. I think at this point, right, there's no shuffle effect, and it's just going to be unexpected results. So yeah, we'll go and do that. Let's go and get that popped up. At this point right now, this makes me really want to go for Inverter of Truth. So we're going to go ahead and pay 2 life on this one. Let's go and go for Inverter. If they get it for some reason, hopefully we should be able to race this out. Let's go and get down Inverter. We're going to be able to put these cards into our, they're going to be a new library now. You'll see we go from 40 life to nothing. The only thing that we do need to be a little bit careful about is those Thought Scours. But I like getting this down. We're going to go and pass the turn. We're looking at about a 4-turn clock now swinging across. Kolaghan's Command is going to help us kind of maybe make it just a little bit quicker so we can kind of get that going. Opponent's going to get down the breeding pool, and then we're going to go and pass the turn over to them. Okay, gets passed back over to us. But yeah, this is the fun thing, you know, obviously you would have a little bit more action out of the graveyard, but if you can sculpt it to where you've got Electrolyzes, Kolaghan's Commands, Lightning Bolts, you can start going for that. Makes for a lot of fun. Opponent's going to go for didn't see Jason that hand, but we went for Thought Seize, and the Boogeyman just showed up. Yeah, that's not so hot on that one. Now, we do have Hero's Downfall on the deck, but unfortunately, Hero's Downfall has been exiled. Let's see. I think on this one, we can go for Kolaghan's Command. And we've got 10 cards in the library. That's going to be a 3-turn clock. I think we'll go and cross that forest off. Let's go and go for Kolaghan's Command, target player. And then we'll make them discard a card. It's going to be red, black, blue. It's kind of slim pickings on us getting this one out because we need to build a little bit of a grave. We need to build up at least 3 or 4 cards in the graveyard, and then we can recast Inverter of Truth. Yes, we're going to redirect over to Jace. It's going to take care of Jace. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So that's going to be 2 cards left in the hand. I think, the Eldrazi Temple is in the graveyard, so that should be 2 unexpected results. So let's see if they're going to go for that. Yep. We'll go ahead and see what this is. That's going to be Secure Tribe Elder. We'll go and crack the polluted Delta. Let's go and grab another reds. Actually, excuse me, we don't have anyone to search for. Okay, there we go. All right, get the Tribe Elder down, and then get down the Eldrazi Temple. Do we want to? Let's go and go for Terminate. We need to get some cards going into the graveyard. But we'll see the crack in response to that. But this one right now, we just want to get a little bit more action going because that'll be 3 cards. Once we get down Terminate, and then if we draw into something like Thought Scour, we'll be able to kind of get a little bit more. Draw into Thoughtseize. Okay, let's go ahead and go cross that off, cross that off. Let's go for the Thoughtseize up top. Unexpected results. It's going to hit the bin. And then that's going to be, get it down, draw next turn. Yeah, that should be enough. That's going to be a 3-turn clock, 6, 12, 18. Let's see if we can't close it out with this one. Get down the Inverter of Truth, exile those 4 cards into our graveyard, into our library, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, sorry about that that land crack right there. Sometimes you kind of get into autopilot mode, and that was definitely an autopilot mode where I was just like, okay, let's go and crack it and grab our normal land, but then I just, completely forgot that we went for that. And then let's draw into that Kolaghan's Command. Let's go and swing in, coming in for 6. We're going to be able to put them down to 12. And the good thing about ripping into that Kolaghan's Command is that we're going to be able to go for the activated ability during their draw step, so we can make them get rid of that card. There we go. All right, so we're going to send that damage up top, make them discard a card. That's going to be black. And we're still going to leave up Terminate. Not that it's going to matter, but we still have Terminate. All right, so we're going to target player discards a card, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Did get rid of Ulamog. That would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oof, pretty close to that one. Let's go and swing in for 6. And we draw into another Thoughtseize. We're going to swing it across, put them down to 4. And it's going to leave 2 more cards in the library. See if we get this one. Fortunately, we can't do anything at instant speed. We just have the Thoughtseize right now, but we'll see if we'll get out from. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up. There we go. I got 2 cards left, and Inverter of Truth is going to get it done. But yeah, that was kind of a little bit more of a situational game. But you can see where, if you can see that pathway, that opening, go for Inverter of Truth win on that one. So we're playing against blue-green unexpected results. What's going to help us out on this one? Let's go and bring in Disdainful Stroke, and we'll bring in the 2 negates. We're going to be able to catch Jace off of the negates and have that Disdainful Stroke, either catch one of the big creature spells or something like that. Do we want to bring in Dreadbore over Terminate? Yeah, I think I like bringing in Dreadbore over Terminate. Let's go and back out 1 more Terminate too. It's going to get this sorted by converted mana cost. Ceremonious Rejection, Spell Snare. That's going to be able to catch the Secure Tribe Elders. I'm going to bring that in that bad. I like our Hand Disruption package. I like Lightning Bolt 2, Thought Scour Opt. Let's do this. Let's go and back off 2 Electrolyzes. I like leaving in the Hero's Downfall, and we brought in the Dreadbolt for that Jace. Yeah, I kind of like this spare on this one. Let's go and submit this over to game 2. Okay, welcome back to game 2. Now, as far as our opening hand goes, we have Jace and Snapcaster. I'd like to see a little bit more kind of Thought Scour action to get our graveyard going. But I think at this point, with our opponent playing a little bit more of a slow deck and something to kind of protect Jace against those Tribe Elders going combat, we'll go and keep on this one. Hopefully we get a little bit lucky with the draw. But yeah, this, as far as this deck goes, this is not tier 1 deck. This is something you probably wouldn't take to a Star City game event. But the way I approach Modern is I like to have fun. And so this is definitely a fun deck. There's a lot of interactions. I don't know, there's something really nice about trying to cheat death by having 2 cards in your library. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, as far as that draft deck goes, but yeah, I use Inverter of Truth, and there was one game where I had 3 cards in my graveyard, and I used that Inverter of Truth to get a Profane Command on top, and to close the game out that next turn. Otherwise, I would have been dead. So, and they just really had me thinking. I was like, man, you could almost do this in Modern with Inverter of Truth. If you sculpt your graveyard, in a perfect world, you're going to be able to sculpt your graveyard with Gurmag Angler, then follow it up with the Inverter of Truth. But it's never a perfect world when you're playing Modern. So we've got pretty much every land in our hand that we could need. Let's go and grab a Steam Vents. That's going to help us. We'll get that down. Not going to pay 2 on this one. Love to have Lightning Bolt for that Arbor Elf, but unfortunately, we're not going to have it. Let's see what we draw into. Draw into Thought Scour. Let's go and get the Scalding Tarn down, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. All right, so we're going to crack that Scalding Tarn. We'll get our land down, and then we'll be able to go for that Thought Scour, kind of starting to build our graveyard. Exile Polluted Delta. That's fine. We'll get rid of it. Another thing we have to worry about is our opponent does have double graveyard hate out there. They've got Tormod's Crypt and Relic of Progenitus. So pretty much we're on the no Inverter of Truth game plan at this point right now. That would not be good. We go for Inverter of Truth, and opponents say to our opponent, do you have a response? And they go, yes, hold on, let's crack that Tormod's Crypt. All right, so we've got a Thought Scour trigger staring us down at this point right now. More than likely it's going to grab Jace. Do we want a Thought Scour in response to that? I can't see them taking Thought Scour, so either way it's going to be able to stick on them. But yeah, we'll just go and let this go. They're going to go for that Jace more than likely, or I would if I was the Thought Not Seer player. And then we'll be able to go for that Thought Scour. Let's see what else sort of value we can get from that. All right, so our opponent will take that Jace. Let's go and crack the Scalding Tarn. Let's go and get a black source down, so we have tons of red in the hand. Have that Steam Vents coming up, the Water Grave coming and play tap. Let's go and go for that Thought Scour, targeting ourselves. And we draw into an Inquisition of Kozilek. All right. Then we draw into a Lightning Bolt. Let's do this. Instead of shocking in, we are online for Snapcaster Lightning Bolt on Thought Not Seer. It's a little bit questionable if you want to go for that with Tormod's Crypt because they can exile it in response to that. With that in mind, let's go and go for Inquisition of Kozilek and see what they've got up top. What we can do is we can always flash in Snapcaster on the later turn, and then go for the Lightning Bolt to kind of clean up on that Thought Not Seer. All right, so opponent's got double Gurk Wildspeaker in the hand. Let's go ahead and get down the... Let's get the Blood Crypt down. Not going to pay 2 life, and then we're going to go simply just going to go ahead and pass the turn. So, they've got double Gurk Wildspeaker. We're going to get rid of that Scalding Tarn. At this point right now, they're going to be able to swing in for 5 if they want to. They do have the Arbor Elf online to go for the untapped target force to get down Gurk Wildspeaker, and then they can start generating some extra mana that way. Or if you make the land drop, you can go for that. All right, so we got Gurk Wildspeaker coming down. Let's go and get that crossed off, and that's going to leave 1 more Wildspeaker in the hand. They're going to go for a Beast token right off the bat, too. Okay, now swinging for 4. This one, that's going to put us down to 14. And then on the back end, we're looking at 3 coming across. Yeah, unless we kind of draw hot on this one, it's going to be a little hard for us to do with that Tormod's Crypt. We almost need to rip into something like Kolaghan's Command and get a little bit of a 2-for-1 or some sort of action like that. Draw into Opt. Okay, we have double blue on the battlefield. Let's go ahead and put the Mountain in. I want to be as... not as damaging as possible. Let's go and pass the turn. That's going to be 7 coming across, puts us down to 7. We have the Snapcaster Lightning Bolt, and we can still go for Opt, so we might end up doing that on Thought Not Seer. In a crazy world, let's say that we do opt into another piece of removal or something like that. That'll at least allow us to kind of maybe hold off those beast tokens for a little bit. Maybe we can find Jace somehow to start sending those beast tokens back to the hand. All right, so we're going to get Thought Not Seer and the beast token swinging in. Let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Snapcaster Mage. And what we can do on this one is we kind of force a Thought Scour. Maybe they're going to go for the Tormod's Crypt out of there. Let's go click on the Thought Scour. That way it'll be online to where we don't have to use the Opt. We can just use that Thought Scour. Okay, let's go and chump block on the Thought Not Seer. And let's go and go for Lightning Bolt. And that'll still leave up Opt. And then we can either go for the Scry one or force the Thought Scour flashback. All right, there we go. We're going to be able to draw a card. Draw into Young Pyromancer. Okay, that's actually pretty good on that one. And let's see what else they're going to go for. See if they force that Tormod's Crypt crack on that or not. Create a 3/3 beast token. Okay. And yeah, let's go and go for that. Let's go for the Thought Scour. We're going to go for target player. We're going to choose blue on this one. Well, for staring down at Tormod's Crypt, we actually want to target them. That way we can draw a card. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go and target our opponent. We're going to mill 2 cards out. At this point right now, it's just going to be hard to play around double Tormod and Relic of Virginia. Ooh, look at that. Took care of Reality Smasher and Ulamog. Let's see what we draw into another Lightning Bolt. All right. And actually, we're going to go and shock this one in because we're getting into the territory where we're going to start making some tokens. Let's go and shock the Steam Vents in. We're going to pay 2 life. Let's go for Young Pyromancer. And that'll give us just enough Opt and Lightning Bolt to leave that up. So we're going to get down to Young Pyromancer. and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, Young Pyromancer is definitely in the deck to allow us to, let's say that we can't sculpt our graveyard to go for a Inverter of Truth or Gurmag Angler or something like that. One thing that we can do is get down Young Pyromancer and really start generating those tokens. I mean, it's almost good game, essentially. Let's go and get rid of the Inquisition of Kozilek. It's almost good game whenever you get down double Young Pyromancer. I mean, you end up with so many tokens on the battlefield, and then once you finally rip into Jace, it's really hard for your opponent, unless they have some sort of flying threat, to really deal with what you've got going on. Okay, so we get the Beast token swinging across. That will put us down to 3. Do we want to Lightning Bolt one of the beasts? Yeah, let's go and do that. We're going to Lightning Bolt one of the beast tokens. That's going to give us a elemental trigger that we can chump block on the other beast token, and then we'll be okay from there. Especially if they're going to be using that -1. It's going to be hard for them to get ahead on Gurk activations with that. Let's go and chump block on the elemental token. It's going to preserve our life total down to 9, and then hopefully we can kind of scry into something. Alright, our opponent's going to go for Primetime. Search your library for 2 land cards. The only good thing about them going for Primetime is they're going to be able to get it down, but it's going to have Trample, so we're going to need to find some sort of spot removal for Primetime. And unfortunately, earlier we didn't really see a whole lot of... we took out our Terminates and didn't really see other than just really big creatures, we didn't see a lot of these mid-rangey creatures. They do get down the Eldrazi Temple. Let's go ahead and go for that Opt at the end of our turn. We'll be able to get that Scry and draw an additional card, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Let's get the Op going. That'll be 1 more elemental token, and let's see what we can kind of dig into. All right. And then Dark Slick Shores. Let's go and put that on the bottom for sure. And then we draw into another Op. Well, that's actually not too bad. We can chain together some good elementals off that. Go for another Opt. Scry 1, draw a card. Thought Scour. Let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. And draw into a Thoughtseize. So we'll be able to take that last Gurk. Let's see what we draw into... And opponent's going to go for Relic of Progenitus Crack on that one. That's just going to leave only the Tormod's Crypt. Kolagon's Command. Alright. So at this point right now, Primeval swings across. It's going to be 2 damage. 2 elemental tokens. That's going to be 4 damage. It's going to be really hard for us. This going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd actually do it with the Kolagon's Command, dealing 2 damage to Primetime. But we're going to lose 2 life off of that. Yeah, I think we can make that work. Let's go for Thoughtseize. That'll give us an extra elemental token. So we'll end up with 3 elemental tokens. We can use that last one off Kolagon's Command to make them get rid of that Gurk Wildspeaker. That's going to leave just a forest in the hand. Let's go and put the Water Your Grave into play tap. Not going to pay 2 life on this one. And then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. So we're going to have 3 elemental tokens. We can go for the Kolagon's Command, dealing 2 damage to Primetime. And once we deal that 2 damage to Primetime, we'll be able to at least take care of it, declaring all of the elementals as a blocker. Now that does leave us open to at least the Beast token swinging across, but... at this point right now, staring down a Trample with a bunch of 1/1s, it's not the best thing in the world. Let's see what lands they search up on Primetime. Might be some more Eldrazi temples to kind of get some of the their bigger Eldrazi threat. Oh, that is just nasty. I'm just going to go for Kolagon's Command. Target player... Actually, if we want to, destroy target artifact and then 2 damage to target creature or player, we're going to choose that Tormod's Crypt and then 2 damage to the Primeval Titan. So we're looking at red, black, and then red. We'll get that Young Pyromancer trigger, and then we'll declare all of the elemental tokens blockers on Primeval Titan. The good thing about this Tormod's Crypt activation with Kolagon's Command on the stack is they have to activate it in response to that. Okay, and that way we can still end up with Kolagon's Command in the bin. So we're going to get 2 damage onto the Primeval Titan, and then let's go ahead and declare all of the elementals as blockers. It's going to be 1, 2. Now we will be taking 3 off of the Beast token, but that'll be okay. Get those elemental tokens. There we go. I always, in playing Magic, it's always fun to kind of visualize the creatures of what they're doing. So I always love to imagine, we've got big old Primetime swinging across, and then seeing all of the, all those fire elementals just throwing their body in front of Primetime to stop them from swinging across. All right, I'm just getting down the Gurk Wildspeaker. At this point right now, I would love to rip into Jace. That would allow us to kind of start digging for some more answers for Young Pyromancer. We are sitting at 2, and we draw into Dark Slick Shores. Yep, at this point right now, they're going to get it because they swing across and with double Beast tokens. It's going to get it. We're going to go and scoop this one up, send this one over to game 3. See what oh, there we go. Jace, you're 1 card away. Man, come on, buddy. We need you a little bit quicker than that. Let's go and bring those Terminates back in now that we've seen some of the mid-range Eldrazi creatures instead of just the big ones for the unexpected results. That might be more of a transformational. I haven't really played against blue-green unexpected results a lot or really ever. So it may be more of a situational thing to where they just kind of situational sideboard where they sideboard into more of a mid-range blue-green Eldrazi deck. So I'm going to bring the Terminates back in. Let's go on. Actually, I kind of like the Damnation on this one to blow everybody up. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to deal with the Ulamog, the indestructible one. So we're going to bring in double Terminates, Damnation. Do we want to leave in Dreadbore? I like leaving kind of the removal package in here like this. You know what? Let's go and back off Inverter of Truth. We saw the double Graveyard Hate. That's really hard to play around. Murderous Cut. I like that. Thought Scour. Let's go and back off one Thought Scour. Yeah, I like that. There we go. All right, anything else? We're going to go smooth this over to game 3. Okay, welcome back to game 3. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We got double Jace, a little light on lands and early action, but we do have Gurmag Angler, which we've been missing all game. Yeah, I think we're going to keep on this one. I like this one. We've got a turn 1 Thoughtseize. We can hopefully grab something pretty important from their hand. Let's go and get down the Polluted Delta. Let's go and crack and grab the Watery Grave off this one. Let's go and shock that in. We're going to pay 2 life, go for Thoughtseize. Now, with this particular build, I did kind of play around with using Death Shadow at one point. It was okay. It just felt kind of a little more situational since we weren't fully dedicated to it. Let's go and grab that Thought-Knot Seer. They've got double Eldrazi Temple. I'm A-okay with taking Thought-Knot Seer, and then we'll get our opponent's hand popped up. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Yeah, as far as Thought-Knot Seer, oh. So if you follow my channel, I hate Scavenging Ooze, and that's just personal reasons. I don't like the card. I'm a graveyard person, and I hate... Sorry, I had some hiccups. I hate having my my graveyard picked apart. It's not fun. And so, Thought-Knot Seer is quickly approaching... I don't know, I just don't like the card. It's not a lot of fun. Let's go and get the Spirebluff Canal down, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. And it's just like a full 4 body with Thoughtseize attached to it. I mean, you get to draw a card when you get rid of it, but you're pumping it out with the Eldrazi Temple, man. It's just makes for a really, really big tempo play for the Eldrazi people. So, but as I've been playing more Magic, I don't know. I just kind of wish maybe the Eldrazi didn't exist. Not in a bad way, but it's just kind of... Like, when I play against Elves, I play against any really other tribe in Magic. It's not too bad, other than just when I play against Eldrazi, I'm always like, oh... Alright, not so fun. Anyway, that's enough of that. Alright, so we draw into Inquisition of Kozilek. Our opponent did get down the Eldrazi Temple. That's going to leave. They've got 4 cards in the hand. One of them is an Eldrazi Temple, Ulamog Forest. I can't remember if that was their turn 1 Forest, and it's going to be Yavimaya Coast. Yeah, let's go and go for the Inquisition of Kozilek. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If anything, it's simply just going to be working towards the Gurmag Angler to go and get that down. We're going to go and pay 2 life on this one. Let's go for the Inquisition of Kozilek. That way we still have Negate online. Yeah, and that was the exact same hand. So they did draw into another force on that one. Okay, we'll go to cross those off. Click OK. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So if they do rip into something like Unexpected Results, or at least Jace the Minds... Not Jace. Yeah, we did see Jace earlier. We'll be online for Negate. Or, excuse me, Garruk Wildspeaker. We'll be able to kind of take it from there. And we did see Jace because they bounced it back to the hand. Excuse me. Got mixed up on that one. And then we draw 2 Darkslick Shows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just go ahead and close out on the Eldrazi Temple. Let's go and get the Darkslick Shores down. Oh, that was brutal on that one. Then we're going to go and pass the turn. Next turn, we're going to have 7 total mana. So we can either go for Gurmag Angler to start swinging in. I think I do like that. And then we can kind of follow it up with Jace and see what our opponent's going to roll out. Now, as far as getting to that Ulamog, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's going to be... Yeah, let's go for the Negate on that one. I was about to say, we had Negate in the hand. I was thinking, if they get that Garruk Wildspeaker going, that Utopia Sprawl, that's going to be pretty brutal for us. And did we want to go for Gurmag Angler or go for Jace the Mind Sculptor? We could start Fate Sealing our opponent, especially if they're just sitting at Ulamog. Yeah, let's try and go for that. We're looking at Jace, getting that down. We can start going for some Fate Sealing. I think I kind of like that. Look at the top card of target opponent's library. I'm gonna grab my pin. Reality Smasher. I was gonna put Reality Smasher on the bottom. Yes. I always get nervous. I'm gonna click the wrong one and get that going. All right, so we got Reality Smasher on the bottom. We're gonna slowly be ticking up Jace the Mind Sculptor. We can follow it up with either Gurmag Angler next turn. We do have Lightning Bolt if they do get out one of their smaller creatures, and then hopefully we can kind of stabilize from there. It's going to tap out, cross off the Yavimaya Coast, and then opponent's going to go for Thragtusk. Get that 5/3 beast token onto the battlefield. They're going to gain that 5 life whenever it leaves the battlefield, get a 3/3 beast token. Alright, so at least we do have Lightning Bolt. We can stop Thragtusk from swinging across. we'll definitely probably want to sequence it that way before we get down Gurmag Angler. Don't really want to trade on that one. Let's see, we draw to another Lightning Bolt. Let's go ahead and go for Jace. Look at the top card of target opponent's library. That's going to be Misty. Put Misty on the bottom. No. So it's going to be Misty on top. And then we're just going to go ahead and leave up Lightning Bolt. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will give us 1 mana up for Lightning Bolt. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Gurmag Angler. It's going to be black. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're okay with this interaction. There we go. Getting out Gurmag Angler, we're going to have Lightning Bolt up to where we can target that Thragtusk, and we'll be able to go to Fate Sealing from there. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, this is one of those, whenever they unbanned Jace, I was really excited to play with Jace because I love playing blue-style decks in Modern. It's really fun to play, you know, I like playing Jund and Abzan, but at the same time, I want to play that grindy style match in a blue-based deck, and having Jace unbanned is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it so far. And it's not like Jace is really overpowered. There's a lot of times where we're going to get Jace down, and it just doesn't feel good. It's kind of like he's just not the best, and you know, you're playing against aggro or something like that. But there's other games where you can go for some good Fate Seal stuff. And are we getting close to Ulamog territory? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we might be coming across on Ulamog. So we're at least going to be able to exile the top 20 cards of our line. They're going to be able to exile 2 permanents off the Jason Mind Sculptor. All right, see who they're going to target on this one. We still have the mana from Thragtusk to take care of, to go for that to make sure it's not going to swing in, but more likely we're going to see it taking care of Jace. That's the only downside to Ulamog. They're going to be able to hard cast it with those lands, and they do leave up Gurmag Angler. All right, so they're going to go for Jace. Let's go ahead and go for doing a Lightning Bolt in response to that Thragtusk. Yeah, I think I like that. So we're going to Lightning Bolt the Thragtusk. At this point right now, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to be able to deal with an Ulamog. It's indestructible. We don't really have a way to deal with Ulamog within the deck. We can bounce it back to the hand with our secondary Jace, but it's really not going to take care of the issue of them being able to exile a bunch of stuff. Let's see what we draw into. Draw into Snapcaster Mage. Okay, and with having indestructible, they're going to be able to swing in, exile top 20 cards of their library. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do on that one. You know, we could try and play it out, but when we're swinging across with 10, we chump block. They're going to be able to start exile. We're looking at 2 swings in from Ulamog, and they're going to be able to close it out. So I'm going to go and scoop this one up. Good game to our opponent. Get to play against the blue-green unexpected Eldrazi results, whatever you want to call it. This was a pretty fun match, but at least we got to see what kind of the Grixis deck was capable of in game 1, kind of sculpting our graveyard like that, and then slowly kind of grinding it out with Young Pyromancer and Jason Mind Sculptor Fate Seal. Unfortunately, we didn't get a win for you for this match, but we pretty much kind of showed you what we wanted to do with the deck itself. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.